Leadership is sacred. It is godly. It is serious. So don't take it lightly. I see many leaders who are elected, they come into office, or they are nominated for that matter. They come into office, and they think it's a joke. You know? They don't take it seriously. And in due time, you suffer the consequences of not taking your job seriously. I have told you, leadership is serious, leadership is sacred, it is godly. Nobody becomes a leader by default or by mistake. All of us are elected because the good book says it is God who decides leaders. So you must take leadership seriously. Because leadership is serious, and leadership determines the future of nations. Successful nations are made successful by leaders. Great nations are made great by leaders. Retrogressive, poor nations are made poor by leaders. That's it. So, if we end up with a nation that is not progressive, don't look for anybody to ask. We should ask ourselves as leaders. So, we must take it seriously. Parliament is called the August House. It's the most important platform. It's a premium platform. It is a platform that shapes the destiny of a nation and a people. Many of you take the floor of Parliament for granted. You don't show up. You've not even tried to say anything. You're just there at the tea place. Yeah, nazunguka hapo tu, nang'edhi hapo, na fitina. Please, take the floor of Parliament seriously. And I know, because I've been in Parliament, and it's a very difficult platform. You stand there and words evaporate, and you don't know what to say. And you say two things, Kiingereza inaharibika kidogo, unateleza namna hii, mtu anasema point of order, unachanganyikiwa, unaketi chini. When you have your job of representation, get as much information as you can. Know what is happening, read, get data, so that when you speak authoritatively. I have heard Mukunji here say, the chair, that when I travel abroad, I should go with some of you. That is very good. Pigeni makofi huyu mjamaa. Lakini sasa ujaondoka kwa constituency yako, ujaenda the next constituency, na unataka kwenda ngambo. Unataka kwenda kufanya nini ngambo? Si uanze kwanza wewe kama Mukunji ni kuone Bungoma. Umeenda kuona Bungoma, hii ndio vile, this is Bungoma. Haya, utoke hapo uende Vanga. Let me give you my personal experience. Is Kiborek here? Kiborek. There is a day you send me a copy. I don't know who. Somebody sent me a copy. It is you. So in Mogotio, in 1996, I had already gone there to sign a visitor's book. Mogotio from Eldoret is very far. Tunaelewana? So, understand your country. Friends, I am very happy that you have said it's cross-cutting. I want to see Medhu. I want to see all these younger people, Wewe Kimayo. I want to see Karemba. I want to see this young man, Silvanas. Understand your country. That is how you can legislate better. That is how you're going to know if we are passing the sugar bill, if we are passing the coffee bill, if you have never been to a coffee growing area, what meaningful contribution can you make in parliament? Tutakuwa tunaongea tu hewa. I encourage you, and I am saying this from experience. I remember I went to Vanga. I wish Chief Oromodo was here, the MP from that corner. I went to Vanga in 1998. I was member of parliament for Eldoret North. I met a gentleman there called Ngare. I still have his phone number today. Nikimpigia anachukua. You know? That's how you build a network. You know? Si mumesema ati tuko na marais hapa? Ama mulisema namna gani? Wako? Network. Weka network. Anza kupanga network. When I was in America, I asked for an appointment with President Barack Obama. And I was just asking him for one thing. I'm an alumni of Nairobi University. And I told Barack Obama, your father was an alumni of Nairobi University. I requested him to assist us set up a school in the fashion of Kennedy School of Leadership in Harvard. But this time, to be a school of leadership in Nairobi University, and I asked him, let us call it Barack Obama School of Leadership in Nairobi University. And Barack Obama agreed, and he will come here next year so that we can, and he has undertaken that he's going to mobilize support for a sustainable school of leadership, because leadership is serious, and we want you guys to be better than us, go read, go learn about leadership so that we can have better leaders tomorrow. I agree with the DP sometimes when you can accumulate a lot of it, and then when we can say prior learning, you can be given, nowadays you can get a certificate. But those of you who are younger, you can go to school. You don't have to wait for long and learn something. If you take a risk, you might fail. If you don't take a risk, you will surely fail. Right? Because you will not move. Are we together? So, whether it is on that floor of parliament, whether it is on any other fora, take a risk. Don't make it perfect. Keep trying. You will get it there one day. So, keep at it. I want to encourage you. Keep at it. As members of parliament, and I say this to many, especially members of my team, or my party for that matter. I know they have heard this from me many times. Take your job seriously. You have 3 responsibilities as an elected member: to represent your constituents, to legislate in parliament, and to oversight public resources. Many members of parliament don't take their job of representation seriously. Understand the issues. Understand government programs. Have a plan. Understand how many teachers have been hired by government in your constituency. Yeah? For example, last year, we hired 56,000 teachers Medhu, do you know how many teachers we hired in Nyandarua? You should know, right? And you should be able to stand in a platform and say, good people, ever since I became senator of Nyandarua, we have hired 2,000 teachers. I mean, people will then say, okay, you know, members of parliament, how many teachers did we hire in your constituency? Do you know? Many of you don't. We have data on electrification, constituency by constituency. How many members of parliament have gone to the Ministry of Energy to find out my constituency, what is the number of, what is the amount of money allocated? When you hear me come to any county, you hear me speak numbers. It is because I take my job seriously. I read. I take time. You know, I look for information. Lakini wewe unasimama tu unaenda hapo, sisi serikali imetubagua sana. Tumekwisha. We are finished. Sasa wewe, you are the leader. And leadership, the merchandise of leadership is hope. If you start selling desperation, you are the wrong person. Nasikia mheshimiwa. So I really want to have a conversation with you so that we can help each other. Because this experience some of us have gathered over the years, we cannot package it into, we cannot sell it in a kiosk. We can only help mentor other leaders to be better than us, and so that we can have a greater nation than we do, with greater leaders in the future.